Hey guys, welcome back. So, today I have an exciting video for you, and I will say that unfortunately it is only part one, and I don't like doing videos with separate parts because we all want to see something through from the beginning to the end. And the beauty of a video is you can take all of that and you can condense it down so that someone can watch it through from the beginning to the end, in under 30 minutes or whatever the case may be. But this job took me about 2 months, and there were very distinct stages, and I've been working on editing this for a couple weeks now, and it's a lot. And I know I've said that about a couple of other videos that I have not finished giving you the other part to yet, and I apologize, but it's true, it's a lot. This one here, I'm trying my best to keep it under 30 minutes. I enjoy watching the people that I follow working, gardening, painting, building. I love to sit and watch them do projects like this. But even I, if I look at something that's, over half hour, I'm like, oh, I gotta make time to sit down and watch that. And we don't always have time for that. Sometimes we just have a few minutes in between something and we want a little bit of content that brings us joy and inspiration. And yeah, so the goal is always to try and keep it watchable. But some of these things just cannot be condensed down into 16 minutes. So I'm going to try and keep this as short as possible so the video doesn't get even longer. But I just wanted to let you know that this is the first part of two. And we had these railings on our walkway out front. And they were... All right, quick story. When we first looked at this house, there were no railings. We didn't really notice even at first. It's just a cement block stairway with 6 steps, and there were no railings. So the inspector came and did the whole thing, and he was like, you can't sell a house without railings. It's not up to code, blah, blah, blah. So the guy had thrown up some 2x4 railings. Very basic. Literally just enough to pass the law. Now, when we moved in this house, we owned our first house still. The sale on that fell through. We owned 2 houses for a year. It was a very traumatic, stressful time for us. It took us quite some time to recover from that financially. So there were a lot of things that didn't get done right away. Part of what we loved about this house when we moved in was that we weren't starting over again at the beginning. A lot of the big stuff was done. So the plan was not to do a ton of work other than painting and things like that. So the railings that he threw up stayed there. I mean, we did paint them. We put Christmas lights on them. But they stayed there. We had bigger problems. Now, 14, 15 years later, they're starting to fall apart. The wood was starting to rot. Again, they were never really done properly, completely. So structurally, they weren't the best, and the wood was rotting, things were breaking. They were becoming a safety issue, basically. Last year, they got to the point where, the bottom ones were barely standing. I was afraid every time, a delivery guy came up to deliver something on my steps. I wanted to put a sign that said, please don't hold the railing. It will not save you. So anyways, we finally came to the conclusion that it was time for these to be replaced. Meanwhile, the cement block stairs had also kind of moved away from the house a little bit. There was a little bit of a angled gap in between the house and the stairs. So we had a guy come in with his truck, and he was able to push the stairs back where they belong. And I was able to get some masonry cement and kind of patch up just the little places that have been dug and chunked over the years of snow shoveling and whatnot, and patched them up and repainted them. Beautiful. So the next step after that was to put these railings on and make them safe again. So we priced getting railings done a few different ways, and the wrought iron railings, I think, started at $1,500, and Carpenter had quoted us $600 just, bare bones wood railing, I think unfinished. And at the time, I'd said to my husband, well, I can build the railings. And he was like, you have enough on your plate. You don't have time to build railings. And I was like, you're right, you're right, you're right, you're right, you're right, you're right. So I kind of forgot about it. And then most of the summer went by, and I got the steps done, and I stopped working outside of the home, and I've been focusing on getting the workroom done here and getting all of my amazing things fixed up here and doing all the gardening and all of the things. But I finally had some time, and I'm like, I'm just going to build these railings. So I did. So I started from going out to the lumber yard and literally sitting there, you know, checking each piece of wood that it was straight, and I loaded all the wood up in my vehicle, and I brought it all home, and I loaded it all up in my garage and into my workroom, and I cut it all, and I sanded it, and and you're gonna get to see all of it. So I did the whole thing from start to finish, and I'm really proud of that. I had a little bit of help along the way, but nothing major. My husband, as you will see, did help me dig some holes, and he helped me get some bolts off in the beginning. There were a couple things along the way, but for the most part, it was my baby, and it's easier sometimes to just do it by yourself so that you don't have to explain or get everyone to agree with your plan. I'd never built a railing before in my life, so I watched some YouTube videos, of course, on different ways to build things and different railings and different types of railings, and I kind of picked out the ones that I thought I wanted to do. Made a drawing, bought some wood, and just did it. So it's not the kind of thing where you're going to direct a whole team when you're figuring it out yourself as you go. So it was easier to just do it myself. And yeah, like I said, I'm pretty proud of how they came out. And I cannot wait for you to see the finished result. But you do have to get through part 1 first. And so here is that. And I hope you will enjoy this process. Thanks, guys. Hello, and welcome back. I have been waiting for the right time to get these railings done for my front walkway, and as you can see, my vehicle is not here today. It is at the shop. So I'm thinking this may be a perfect day to get the wood cut. So I'm going to start taking some measurements and see if we can get step 1 rolling. All right. It is time to cut all of this wood. So we have our basic plan. Basically the way it's set up now with these posts that are attached here by bolts. And then these are supposed to be cemented, but never were. The guy had like some blocks sitting up next to them and flowers growing over them, so nobody knew. So I'm going to pour some cement for these. So these will be longer than ground to there. I'm gonna figure out exactly how much. These I can basically measure just based on what's already there, except that there was a piece of wood going across here that is no longer there, so these are floating a little, so mine may be, you know, like 2 inches longer. I'm gonna do what we say. I'm going to measure twice, if not 3 times, before I start cutting this wood, because wood is expensive and I don't want to have to buy it again. Be a problem. Clearly. Now it's helpful instead of in the way. Blade placement. Even safety glasses on over outer glasses, which is overkill, but what the heck. you are 69.5. Two. All right, now you are C. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to go the other way. Beautiful. Here. Does not matter. Does not really matter. Okay. Well, I went pretty quick. I wish I could like install these and start doing the rest of them. I think that is all I can do for right now. At least I have officially started. Feels pretty good. All right, it is officially time to tackle these railings. So, top two are gonna screw in, and the bolt is on the outside, so that makes more sense to me now. Bottom two, I need to dig a hole and put some cement. This one shouldn't be too hard. This one is going to require me moving some irises that have gotten a little out of control. I guess we'll start there. Let me get a shovel. Can you help me?
I'm much better off doing it with the spade shovel.
Alright, let's see if we can get some of these irises out. A smaller shovel. Why I don't have gloves on, I can't tell you. Oh my god, these are so deeply rooted. You're already out. Let's pull you out of there. Can't get under these, like, at all. Crazy. It seems like the bigger shovel would be easier. The smaller shovel's a little more precise, but neither one of them wants to get underneath it. Kind of hate to just mow them all down, but if I have to, I will. Mosquitoes are out though. You're probably on camera right now, just so you know. Yep. Why does this shovel smell so bad? What do you mean?
Because it had the handle filled up with water.
That's what I think. It smells like rotten something. I know what I'm doing for awesome. Yeah. See what I'm saying now, right? I mean, if we have to rip some of them out, it's fine. Just need to get them out of there.
Yeah.
The ground is so rocky. It's ridiculous. It's like trying to dig through concrete. Oh no, these are not the sneakers for this. I need to change these. It's basically just me getting nowhere. dig down a foot. There's roots here too, apparently. No surprise. Whew. Getting there. Not fast, but I'm getting there. Taking my shovel?
Yeah.
Subtle. Oh. Still need another wrench. What happened? Why does it feel like I'm going backwards right now? Ow! That felt great. Holy crap. Stupid piece of wood. Not a worm. Go in the garden.
What, you gotta be deeper?
Yeah, I don't know if I was looking at it on my glasses or what, but it's been at 35 inches the whole. It's still at 35 inches. Every time I dig it, it's at 35 inches. I don't know what's happening here. I'm about to lose my mind.
You want 36?
Yep. Oh, so it's too far.
Yeah. I'm
An
like, yeah. I'm like,
I'm like, what?
Every time
Why
it's
is this not working?
it's getting deeper. Why? What's going on? It's getting shorter.
Oh, I'm filming you making fun of me, just so
Oh.
you know.
yeah, you can overdub
Uh-huh.
that. You can overdub that.
Okay, that's perfect. We're gonna kind of hold it up and make sure it's level while we pour some cement in there and pour some water on it, and yeah, it'll be great.
We're gonna put in half. Alright, what do you do?
We'll pour a little and then lean it back for a second. That way. Pour on this side. Level that. I want to make it a certain amount of inches away from the front of the stair too, so that it's even on both sides. It's gotta go down a little bit, about a 1/4 inch. No. And okay, guys, next day, and I will admit I am pretty sore. Ribs, shoulders, all that digging. Woo. I think I'm going to do a little self-care night tonight, a little yoga, a little meditation, a little Reiki healing. That should help a lot. I'm looking forward to that. But in the meantime, we're going to go make sure that our first boards are perfectly level still, how they have dried. We're going to fill in those holes, and we're going to see what needs to be done to get the top ones attached. So let's go check it out. All right. So as you can see, our bottom posts are in, and they are cemented, and they are definitely dry. Let's check that they stayed where they were supposed to as they were drying. I did check them a couple of times while they were drying. Get out of the way, little guy. Yeah. It's a tiny, tiny bit off. Nothing major, and it needs to actually go out a little bit. So I think that once everything's attached, that will be easy enough. This side's perfect, up and down. Very nice. Over here, pretty much perfect. And this way, we are also right on. Very nice. So now we have to get the bolts out of these, but we may need to spray them, take those down, and get holes drilled into the new ones. And first, I think I'll dig some soil back in here. Didn't dig out any more irises than we needed to. The dirt's just kind of scattered about. Yeah, look at here. Oh. You, I think, need to go because that's enough of that. Okay, so the bolts are off and I'm ready to drill holes, except we just realized that I don't have a drill bit big enough. I have one just a little too small, one just a little too big. Maybe at a stopping point for today. That's alright, I'll just drink my wine. Okay, one railing off. Finally got the last screw out. Oh, careful, don't pull these posts. Okay, railing number 2 off. Now I'm gonna line it up. Got my drill bit, my washers. And drill some new holes in the wood.
If you want, you can go slow speed. Not a wood cutting drill, but you know what I mean? It grabs more.
Yeah, I can feel it grabbing.
Right.
We'll be up there. Perfect, going on over there. There we go. side?
Ice grips. Good.
Okay.
Done.
If this one works. Hey! That's nice. Quite that much. Alright guys, done for today. Uprights are in, cemented, braced, bolted, leveled. Check. On to the next. We can start cutting the cross pieces now, which I am very excited about. one thing at a time, but we are getting there. Woohoo! Stay tuned. So there it is, guys. I hope you enjoyed part 1. I cannot wait for you to see the finished product, so definitely check back for part 2, which will be coming out very soon. I am working on it as we speak. Well, I mean, I'm not working on it now, but you know what I mean. It's coming out very quickly, and I will see you there. Bye, guys.